This is the Ramana Maharshi satsang, a time to listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. Know yourself and be always free and at peace. Welcome. I'm Richard Clarke. I'm not a guru or a teacher. I just love this teaching and so want to share it. I'm reading and commenting on the Avadhuta Gita, continuing. This week I read from chapter 1, verses 2 through 5. 2. How can I salute the self which is indestructible, which is all bliss, which in itself and by itself pervades everything, and which is inseparable from itself? 3. I alone am, ever free from all taint. The world exists like a mirage within me. To whom shall I bow? Reader, do you exist? 4. Verily, the one self is all, free from differentiation and non-differentiation. Neither can it be said it is, nor it is not. What a great mystery! 5. This is the whole substance of Vedanta. This is the essence of all knowledge, theoretical and intuitional. I am the Atman, by nature impersonal and all-pervasive. Now, to review these verses from the perspective of Ramana Maharshi. Verse 2. How can I salute the self which is indestructible, which is all bliss, which in itself and by itself pervades everything, and which is inseparable from itself? This is a call to direct your attention within and recognize the eternal, blissful, and omnipresent nature of the self. Saluting the self involves a deep acknowledgement and surrender to this inner reality, transcending the limitations of mind and ego. 3. I alone am, ever free from all taint. The world exists like a mirage within me. To whom shall I bow? Ramana would emphasize the idea that the true essence of your being is untainted by worldly experiences, untouched by things of the world. The metaphor of the world as a mirage underscores its illusory nature. The world appears in your waking state. Another world appears in your dreams. No world at all is found in deep sleep. What is real? What is like an illusion? To whom shall you bow? You would bow to another, but there is only one, and you are that. So who is there for you to bow to? The question, to whom shall I bow, challenges conventional ideas of external deities, pointing to the recognition that the self is the ultimate reality, non-dual and deserving of reverence. Reader, do you exist? This question challenges you to contemplate your own existence. From Ramana's perspective, this self-inquiry turns your attention inward, questioning the nature of the I. This question invites you to investigate the reality of your own existence, leading to the knowledge of the true self. 4. Verily, the One Self is all, free from differentiation and non-differentiation. Neither can it be said it is, nor it is not. What a great mystery! Ramana would highlight the non-dual nature of the self. The mystery lies in the simultaneous transcendence and inclusion of all distinctions. The self cannot be confined by duality, by any concepts like is or is not. This challenges the mind to go beyond its usual categorizations and intellectual limitations. It points to the non-dual nature of the self beyond any pairs of opposites, beyond the mind and its concepts. 5. This is the whole substance of Vedanta. This is the essence of all knowledge, theoretical and intuitional. I am the Atman, by nature impersonal and all-pervasive. This verse emphasizes the central theme of Vedanta and what was taught by Ramana Maharshi, the realization of the self. This realization, I am Atman, comes from self-knowledge. The knowledge of the self is not just theoretical, but experiential. The Atman, the true self, is impersonal and all-pervasive, transcending individual identity and merge with the universal consciousness. These verses from the Avadhuta Gita, seen through the perspective of Ramana Maharshi, emphasize saluting the indestructible, blissful, and all-pervading nature of the self. They urge a shift in focus from the external world to the eternal self within, yourself, the only self that there is. They challenge conventional perceptions of the world, portraying it like a mirage, and pose inquiries on individual existence. They highlight the non-dual nature of the self, encapsulating the essence of Vedanta. So inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. And now a talk from Nome. Only self alone exists.
Our nature innately is the existence of Brahman, the infinite absolute, or real self. That existence is immutable, and it is non-dual. That is, it is one without anything else existing whatsoever. If through misidentification you assume individuality for that absolute formless existence. Right there is the starting point for all delusion, all illusion. Since it is illusion, it does not really start. For something unreal does not actually begin. When we see that it does not actually begin, that is its end. That is when we inquire as to what our existence is, who am I, as the Maharshi has advised, and in self-knowledge know our real nature. We see that neither the individual nor the individual's delusion has actually come to be. Such misidentification is ignorance. Ignorance alone gives the false impression, the superimposition of bondage upon what is otherwise formless, limitless, pure existence. To eliminate bondage, therefore, and realize liberation, all that is necessary is self-knowledge. To know yourself, all that is necessary is to deeply and continuously inquire, who am I? Since the words, who am I, and the thought, who am I, cannot be continuous, nor can such be deep enough for yourself as something more than sense perception, words, and thought. What is indicated by the inquiry is the light of your own consciousness knowing itself and dismissing the false sense of objectivity to it. That consciousness is your existence. Existence and consciousness are identical. Eliminate misidentification from the existence. Eliminate the superimposed definitions of the known upon the knower. Oh, the devas must be calling. Eliminate the superimposition of the known upon the knower, and reality, the self, comprehends itself. When misidentification is actually negated, that is, when ignorance is abandoned, all the attributes and activities of such ignorance are also abandoned. So if you relinquish the mistaken notion of I am the body, the idea that I do, that I feel, I sense, I am embodied, and so forth and so on, are also eliminated. When illusion like that is eliminated, nothing real has been eliminated. It is not that at one time you are one thing, and later you are the self, that you are an individual at one point, and later Brahman or God. Rather, your nature is always Brahman, always the self, and in this lies eternal realization, and thus eternal freedom and eternal peace. One's ignorance is only, as the Maharshi has put it, formal ignorance, for it has no actual substance. Even ignorance or illusion is not apart from the singular, undivided existence, is not known apart from the consciousness that illumines it. Yet we cannot say the consciousness or the existence has any delusion, duality, or ignorance in it whatsoever. Your nature is unformed, unborn, uncreated. Pure being, consciousness, bliss. This is originally so. What do you imagine has happened to you that you could be otherwise? As an example, one often cited by Sri Bhagavan. In deep dreamless sleep, the mind's activity has ceased, and with its sense perception, there is no idea of a body or a mind, or having a body or a mind, nor any manifestation of the individual or ego. There is then also no notion of an objectively existing world, nor even a memory of such things. You were existing, and you exist the same right now as you did then. Nothing has changed in your essential existence. So then, if your experience now is different than then, so that there seems to be division or differentiation, and you seem as if endowed with a body and a mind, or to be a particularized being, what do you suppose has happened? That which is real always is real, and has neither beginning nor middle nor end, but remains ever as it is. What is not like that is unreal. Your real existence ever is just as it is. Your nature does not change. What has apparently happened? That you seem to be endowed with form at one time, and yet you're without that form at another time. If you inquire and know yourself, you will see that you never have form, that you do not have conditions or states or phases, nor any kind of attribute or quality. Who is it that takes on form? Who is it that is born, apparently, out of the indivisible? Who is it that takes on such misidentification alluded to earlier? That is, who is it that becomes ignorant? The Maharshi says that to inquire and know the actual nature or real nature of the one who is in bondage is itself release or liberation. Why does he say this? It is because your being is indivisible, of one nature always. If you inquire, for whom is the bondage? Bondage ceases to exist. If you inquire, whose is the ignorance? You'll find the ignorance and the one to whom it supposedly belongs are identical. The notion I and its manifold forms are of the same quality. What is made of entirely ignorance is not true. To put it quite simply, all the sages and scriptures and such declare that your nature is the one absolute, Brahman, the real self. Always you have the feeling that your existence is singular. There cannot be two of you. If you would imagine there were two of you, there'd be one who would know that imagining. Find out the nature of that one, and reality knows itself. Find out the nature of that one, and there's no such thing as other. It is one without a second.
All right, and now we'll take some time to actually inquire. Notice that you exist. You exist, and you know that you exist. Now inquire, investigate within yourself. Am I bound or free? What does it mean to be free? How do you respond when you sincerely ask, reader, do you exist? What is real? What is only illusion? How does the metaphor of the world as a mirage resonate with your own experiences? Who am I? What is the nature of my existence? What exists? What is real and what is just illusion? All right. And we'll close with a chant. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for joining me today. Deeply meditate, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. Until next session, namaste and good meditation. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.